Phil here with Doctors of Technology. Today we're going over some issues with a Sony laptop that doesn't get video. And we're going to dig deeper and to kind of show you a hands-on experience of how to fix this. Let's take a look. So the laptop just beeps. And no video. Okay. So with this computer here, this Sony laptop, the issue is when we first turn it on, it just doesn't get any video and just beeps. So what we're going to first do is a video reflow. And we're going to heat that video card or the chipset up really hot to melt the solder joints and get continuity back and try to solve this issue. Let's see what happens. First, we're going to open up the laptop and look at the motherboard. Here we go. Okay, so we got the board taken out here, as we can see, and let's see if we can get a close-up on the board. So this is our GPU right here, and this is the actual culprit. We're going to video reflow, and then you can see down here, here is our chipset, and this is our CPU. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take out the CPU, and then apply some heat to the video card. Get a better video. Apply heat to the video card right here, and we'll hit the chipset as well. First, we'll move the RAM and the CPU. And we'll also, the biggest thing when we do with the video reflow is to get the board so it's completely even. So if we look at the bottom of this PCMCIA slot is actually making it so it's not physically straight when we make it, or I should say flush to the actual countertop. So as you can see, we got to prop it up a little bit over here. Okay, to fix the issue of the board being level, especially on this side, I'm going to use handy dandy nickels. So we'll go ahead and we'll raise this up. Let's just say 2 nickels. And of course, when you put the nickels in, make sure that you hit the corners of the board, so when we heat this up, that nothing else gets ruined with the metal touching it. Okay, then we'll grab our heat gun and we'll go ahead and we'll heat the video card up. Okay, so we're going to plug in our heat gun. And the first thing we want to do is make sure that the core is completely clean, no residence of anything. We'll remove all the pads and make sure this is completely level as well. And we're going to focus, when we do the video reflow, we're going to focus just on this core. I'll massage a little bit of the chip, but mostly we're focusing on the cores. And mind you, this is a heat gun. This is not a blow dryer, so this will get pretty hot. This will get to about a little over 320 degrees. And as you can see, when I'm reflowing it, I'm basically massaging the chip on centering on the inside. And you never want to keep the gun specifically on the core just by itself because it'll get too hot. You may actually crack something. So I kind of just move it around in circles, centralizing on that chip.
start watching a 5-minute reflow, right? Or should we keep it going?
It's fine. Okay, so now we've heated up the actual GPU, and now we're moving on to our chipset. So we're going to do the same concept. We're going to massage the core of it. And now, so this should be good enough. And we'll let this cool. And now the most important thing of the video reflow, or so when we reflow any components, is the cool down process. So as we heat everything up, it melts all the solder joints to get continuity back to the motherboard. And now we're gonna let this sit for about 5 to 10 minutes to cool down. At this point, we don't touch the bench, we don't touch anything, we just let it cool down completely. And let me show you something else with this board. So for example, with this, we actually have the GPU and our chipset here on our GPU, and there's also a chipset over here. This one's not recommended for heat, so we don't touch this with any heat at all. We just touch basically just the cores. As you can see, I've removed the CPU and the memory as well. And we'll just let her sit and cool down for about 5 minutes. All right, so next thing we want to do is we heated the board up, we cooled it down. So now we want to clean off all of the actual cores, all that, and we want to, I use a little brush over here. We'll go, we'll clean it all off. Let's see. Okay, get that all cleaned up nice. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to grab our thermal paste and we're going to apply it back onto the board.
Video out me walking.
And always remember, with thermal paste, less is best. You don't want to put a giant glob on there. And then now we can go ahead and reassemble our heating sinks. Okay, so we just did the video reflow, and I literally just reassembled everything back to it and just hooked up the monitor. And we're going to go ahead and turn it on. And looks like we're all good to go. So now we get video. So I just got to, of course, put the hard drive in. But yep, that definitely fixed the issue.